and good morning, almost good afternoon. Welcome to everybody from Haiti. I'd love to see all of your amazing faces. It's getting a little bit cold here in DC, but hopefully it's nice and warm down where you are. My name is Marilyn Wagner. I am the Chief Experience Officer of the Credit Union. And with me today, I have the honor of Chip Lusk joining me. He is our CEO. Marco Paredes, our Chief Lending Officer, as well as Andre Sandoval, who is our Chief Branch Experience Officer, Senior. So we are so excited to be here today. We know your time is extremely valuable, so thank you for joining us. I'd like to start off with something a little fun. It's something to keep, as you talk about finance and your finances, we like to start off with a little bit of a raffle prize. So with me today is I have a charger and an AirTag, and at the bottom of your screen, you will see a QR code. So make sure that you scan that QR code and that you enter into the raffle. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we want to make sure we provide everybody with the same opportunity. And I have to say they are pretty good prizes. Andre, do you mind advancing the slide? So right at the top, we always want to put digital first in our digital experience and our digital strategy. And this has been something that we have been working on for a while. We want to make sure that everybody goes to our website, idbglobalfcu.org. Our marketing team did an amazing job launching this new website about a month ago. It's in English and Spanish, but we want to make sure that you go there, play around with it, look at it, so all the products and services and the information you need is available at your fingertips. So just go take a look and peruse. With that, I'd like to hand it over to Chip Lusk, who's going to take you through a couple of slides. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Marilyn, and welcome. We're delighted to spend time with you this morning. Our objective overall is to tell you about the credit union products and services. And for those of you who bank with us already, thank you very much. We truly appreciate your membership, your support, your trust. For those of you who are not banking with us, we hope that we're able to deliver a message and inform you about products and solutions that would benefit you. So with that, I want to tell you about three things about the credit union: the past, the present, and the future. Where we came from, we started in 1961. When we started the credit union in 1961, and I say we, I mean those who came before us. I do have 34 years in banking experience, but and so I wasn't here as part of the starting team. However, those 10 individuals who were part of the IDB, they were IDB employees, they decided, this is 1 year or soon after founding the IDB, there were 10 employees of the Inter-American Development Bank who decided that it would be great to start a mission-driven credit union that would support a mission-driven bank. And they did that. They had a big vision and they started small. And then over the past 64 years, we've grown from having those 10 employees starting the credit union to now we have 13,000 members worldwide, 75 countries, 6 continents around the world. We support these 13,000 members, and some of them may be you. We support them out of one physical location right here in Washington, D.C. at 1300 New York Avenue, the headquarters of IDB, of the Inter-American Development Bank. Our other means of supporting the 13,000 members is through our digital channels. And we have a robust online banking solution, mobile banking platform that's available 24/7. We recently launched something we call Globalito, which is an artificial intelligence bot, and it can support you anytime, but we also have a contact center that works for you. And during normal hours, we have our employees serving that contact center, and we also have a 24/7 partner. So if you need to talk to someone, then we're available for you. That's who we are today. One more thing about who we are today. We've been identified by 4 outside independent companies. One of those is S&P Global Intelligence. We've been identified by them as one of the healthiest credit unions in the United States. You might ask, how many credit unions are there in the U.S.? There's about 4,500 credit unions currently in the United States, and we've been identified as one of the top 100 healthiest among those, and specifically within the District of Columbia, the healthiest credit union here. And there are several credit unions here because there's a lot of government agencies and so forth. So that's who we are today. We have another thing about who we are. We have an open door policy. We are like a private bank within the IDB. We are mission driven, just like the IDB, trying to improve lives. Now, where are we going? Thank you for advancing this slide. Where are we going in the future? We're going to continue to invest in technology. We know that technology is changing fast, and we have identified several software companies to make some strategic changes that will better support you. That is for not only core processing, but online and mobile banking, as well as payments. That includes wire transfers, it includes person-to-person transfers, and what we intend to have in the next year and a half is to launch a payments hub within our online banking solution. That way you can have the control over how you want to send your money and what the speed at which you want to send the money and the cost for that. So we've got a robust strategic plan going forward. We're going to continue investing in technology and in online banking solutions and continuing to improve the member experience. With that, I want to turn it back over to Marilyn Wagner, our Chief Experience Officer, and she's going to tell you about some of our deposit solutions, and also membership. So with that, Marilyn, I'll turn it back to you. Thank you again.
Thanks, Chip. All right, so this is a great and fun part of it. So how many of you can raise your hand, you can put it in the chat. How many of you currently know that if you are a member of the credit union, that your family members can also become members of the credit union? Does anybody know that? Yes, thank you. I've got one hand up. This is an amazing opportunity and benefit for your family members. So Chip spoke about it a little bit, but I want to enhance. We are an organization, a financial institution that is safe, sound, and secure. We are here for our memberships and for our membership. In time of uncertainty, this organization is very beneficial to the IDB community. So what does that mean? You have the benefit of becoming a member of the credit union, but also your family members have the benefit, and they get the same things, especially from a deposit perspective. Marco will talk a little bit more about lending, the same benefits that you do. Additionally, you can transfer money between the two of you online, so you get rid of those fees. You don't have to worry about it, and the money gets there almost instantly. So your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, all of those family members, and it definitely expands beyond that, and we can take questions at the end, will get the benefits of membership. And it doesn't matter, I get this question all the time, it doesn't matter where they are in the world. So they can go online, open an account, and be able to become a member of our credit union. Next slide, please. So one thing Chip also did mention is that you have access to each and every one of us. That makes us very different than a lot of financial institutions out there. And there are actually specific stories of people that have reached out. It's been on the weekend. They need something. They need a loan. We have the same products and services, but what makes us and what gives us that special sauce is that we are always here personally for each and every one of you. So we have deposit accounts, we have checking accounts, we have loans, we have personal loans, we have credit cards, we have student loans. So the product array is extremely vast. So why not go with an organization and continue to have your products and services with an organization that is here personally for you? We speak your language. We know the things that you have and the challenges that you have. Maybe if you're even coming here to the States and you need to navigate that financial institution, we are here for you every step of the way. Next slide, please. So this is one that I'm extremely excited about, and I love to talk about it because it talks about what you can get, the percentage APY you can get on your checking account. If you have a checking account anywhere else, and I'm sure, and please put this in the chat, this is another one of my very fun quizzes, you probably get 0.05% on your checking account, right? Maybe 0.10. With this product that we just launched about 2 years ago, you can get up to 4% on your checking account. How amazing is that? So what do you need to do? You're like, oh, well, there's always something I need to do to get that 4%, right? One thing you need to do is log into online banking once a month. How easy is that? I log into online banking probably about 2 to 3 times a day. So once a month, you just have to have online banking and log into it. The second thing is you need to have e-statements. So we're definitely an eco-friendly company, and I'm sure most of you do not receive your payments, the paper statements. So get your e-statements, sign up to them, easy, you get everything online, and it is definitely more safe and sound and secure. That way your paper's not traveling internationally. And then the third thing is you need to do 10 debit card transactions a month with the credit union's debit card. So some people go, oh, 12. Let me tell you, you go get some coffee, you go get your lunch, you add your debit card to your electric bill, to your phone bill, to, I don't know what you have in Haiti, but your Netflix bill, if you have that there, but anything that's similar. So add that and do 12 debit card transactions a month, and you can get up to 4%, up to 10,000 US dollars. Extremely, extremely easy. And if you currently have a checking account with us, you can upgrade. So there's no changing, there's no trying to adjust your bills. It's a simple upgrade. And Andre is very, very excited to enhance your checking account. And also there's one more thing we do not charge. We as a credit union do not charge ATM fees. But if you use your debit card internationally, we reimburse up to $15. So to me, this is definitely a win-win. It helps you and your money work harder for you, right? You work hard for this money, so let's make that money work harder for you. And I do want to pause real quick because if there's any questions, please put them in the chat. Andre's right here answering all those questions immediately. So anything you do have, we're willing and happy to answer for you. And the last thing I want to say is our certificates of deposit. This is an amazing product with just $1,000. So that's our minimal deposit. You can choose terms from 6 months to 7 years. And I do want to highlight that recently the Fed lowered rates, right? But we didn't lower our rates. So we are extremely competitive in the marketplace. Make your money, work hard, have it secure in our organization. You can pick your term, you can pick your length, you can pick your amount, and we were happy to help you out to open your share certificate for you. So without further ado, I'll pass it off to Marco, who can talk to you about lending products. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Marilyn. I appreciate that. Bonjour, everybody in the room. Thank you very much for having us. And we're going to be talking about lending. The credit union has a different suite of lending products, depending on the qualification, type of income. But we can serve pretty much everybody, here in headquarters and now in country offices. So the first product that we're going to be talking about is the mortgage loans. Normally, we do offer mortgage loans only in the U.S. Because the type of structure that we have, and we're entity regulated in the United States, basically, and we cannot provide loans outside of the country. But if you are interested about buying a property within the U.S. territory, we can help you to do that. If you say, okay, well, maybe I'm thinking about buying a property in Florida. No, because I'm traveling a lot. Yeah, you guys working in country offices, we're going to be able to purchase a property here in the United States, in any of the states that we work on. So we can talk with one of the loan officers, and they will give you, more ideas on where you can buy, and also we can provide some information about the real estate agents that work with us as well. We offer, if you're talking about an investment property loan, we're talking about a minimum of 20% down of the value of the property. Let's say that we're buying a property in Florida for $250,000. The minimum down payment will be $50,000, plus your closing costs are around 3.5% of the purchase price. We're talking about between $7,500 to $8,000. So that's what you're going to need in order to qualify to purchase a loan. You're going to need to have a tax identification number if you don't have a social security number in the United States. but that will help you to qualify for that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna convert the current income with the local currency to US dollars, and with that, we're gonna give you the qualification that you can have with the credit union. And this is just a product only for members of the credit union that work for the IDB as well. If you are currently living in the United States, or you're being transferred to the United States and want to purchase a property, and you already have a credit history, we start with a minimum down payment of 5% down. If you don't have any credit history, we will require a 20% down. But there's a bunch of products that are tailored to the IDB community. We're promoting right now the 5-on-1 ARM, which is a fixed rate for 60 months. And after that, resets on yearly basis every 12 months. And the amortization term is 360 months. So after the 5 years, we will do a reset yearly basis, or you can refinance, restructure the debt, and we can help you with that as well. The interest rate starts for that particular product on primary residence at 5.25. If we're talking about an investment property, maybe we're gonna be on 5.875 to 6% approx. Next slide, please. We're talking about home equities. Talking about the home equity properties, if you already have a property in the United States, you can have a line of credit over the property if there is equity on the property. Let's say that you bought the property a while ago, a few years ago, and now at 80%, and now the value, the current mortgage versus the value is around 60%. So you still have some room to use, and we can go and give you that extra 20% extra, up to 80% LTV or 80% of the current value, in order to get a line of credit. The maximum line of credit on a primary residence is 500,000. And for an investment property, let's say that you bought a property as an investment and you've been repaying that very fast, but you want to do some repairs on the property, and you don't want to use your own assets to do that. Maybe you can get a line of credit. The maximum limit is up to $250,000, and you can get that in order to do the repairs or use it for investments or any other type of personal, needs. So those are the two products, one line of credit when you already have a property or a mortgage with the credit union. The next slide, please. Talking about personal loans, if you have a let's just talk. If you have a personal matter that you need to attend, or you want to travel, or you want to buy anything that you like, and say, okay, I don't want to use my current assets the same, we can give you a personal loan up to 48 months, basically, and you can use this at any time. You can qualify up to 25% of the current income, and you're going to be able to use this anytime. This rate is fixed. If we're talking about loans guaranteed by assets and certificate of deposit, we also provide that information. Let's say that you already have a certificate of deposit with the credit union for $20,000, and you want to use $10,000 out of that and repay that with the time. Yes, we can do that. The interest rate for that will be 1.5% over the current interest rate. If we're paying you 3% on that CD, the interest rate will be at 4.5%, and you will repay at the end of the CD, at the end of the term of the CD. So you don't have monthly payments on that particular type of loan, but at the end you're gonna pay principal plus interest. Or if you want to make repayments on monthly basis, you can also do that. You will need just to schedule a quick call with the loan officers or the lending team in order to assist you with that part. Also, you can do the same thing with the savings account. You can have up to 10 years actually term on that particular scenario. That's a variable rate. Is 1.5% plus the dividend that we pay you. If we're paying you 0.1 right now on the dividend for savings, or I'm sorry, 0.4, we're paying that. Plus 1.5, we're gonna be in a 1.9% interest rate up to 10 years or 120 months. but you can do that also with the savings account, and you can also get the funds back on monthly basis, or you can say, okay, I just want to put lump sum at the end of the loan. Next slide, please. For our members, our new employees at country offices, we launched in March 2 products, personal loan, and a personal line of credit. So we didn't have those products for you guys at the time. March, we launched that on the annual meeting. We have a personal loan up to 25% of your current salary. If you're making 100K, the maximum limit will be 25K. Amortized on 48 months. This is an interest rate fixed at 18%. Also, we have a line of credit. This is a line of credit with a maximum limit of $15,000. The term of this loan is up to 10 years. After the 10 years, basically, you will need to requalify for that type of loan. This is a fixed line of credit at 18%. Also, you can use that. This is kind of a revolving account. Basically, you can use it kind of a credit card as well. You can transfer that to your checking account or savings account at any time when you're using it to make payments or things like that as needed. Basically, these are the two products that we just launched. That we're seeing more applications coming from these particular products from our country offices. So we're gonna see this loan moving sooner. As soon as we have more, members applying for this type of loan, we're looking to open some new products. And yep, looking forward to see how this develops. Following slide, please. Credit cards. So if you don't have the credit card from the credit union, please apply for that. It's a maximum of $5,000 right now. The interest rate is 11.125. Everybody, I believe that everybody should have this credit card. Is very, the rate is very low. The maximum that you can qualify as a local staff is 5,000, and this is a joint venture with the IDB. Basically, we have that, and we're having some conversations to see if we can increase the limit for you guys, and making sure that we work towards, providing better member experience or more options for you to have. This type of structure or doesn't have an annual fee. You don't have an international fee, and you don't pay any fees for transfer from one credit card here at the credit union. I'm sorry, here in the US to the credit union account. So those are benefits, and additional, you have some visa benefits for traveling if you're renting a car, or if you're buying a ticket with a credit card, or if you're using that to pay the hotels as well. And I think that those are the products that we have. That's student loans. So if you qualify, if you're getting the educational allowance from the IDB, let's say that you are international staff working in a country office, and you are getting an educational allowance. Basically, you can use the special educational advance. So this line qualifies, give you 15 months interest only. Until you can repay you get the reimbursement of the allowance, and you can repay the loan. So this is to pay the tuition of the education for the kids, basically. And we do have also a special education advance as well that you can use tied to that particular product. And lines of credit as well. You can have a line of credit that can help you to qualify for any type of additional requirements. If the personal loan is not enough, basically you can have a line of credit as well. Next slide, please. And that's pretty much what we have in products.
Thank you,
So
Marco.
open for questions.
Yes, we are open for questions, and I do want to repeat a question that was in the chat. It talks about CASASA, and I want to have a clarification question. Only debit card transactions apply to the qualifications, so Zelle does not apply, unfortunately. However, you get that 4% up to $10,000, and we have no foreign transaction fees as well. So that's a very important point. So I'd like to open it up for questions, everybody. You can raise your hand, unmute yourself, or you can put it in the chat. We are here to answer everything you need. Actually, Marco, there's one about a credit card. If we open a credit card, would it contribute to building a credit score, even if we are non-US residents?
The answer is no, because you need to have a social security number and a US address in order to have a credit history in the US. But it will help you, to, purchases or anything that you, it's pretty much what the credit card works, same as the credit card that we offer here for any members that are here in headquarters. So the only difference is that you are not going to be building credit. Now, if you're transferred to, on the other side, if you're being transferred to headquarters for some reason and you get your social security number and you have a rental address, that change, because you already have the history with the credit union. Basically what we're going to do, we're just going to put everything through that social security number, and you're going to have a very quick jump on your credit history, because we're going to provide since we opened the credit card at that time, which happened with some of our members that been, working in some projects here for 6 or 12 months, and that helped them to build some credit.
Thank you, Marco. Andre, I'd like to invite you to answer this question, please. What's
Yes.
the difference between Kasasa and Kasasa Cashback?
Thank you, Marilyn. Yes, I appreciate it. So there's a couple things I wanted to go over. We do have 2 available Kasasa products. One is the Kasasa Cash product. This can pay you up to 4% on the first $10,000 that you keep in this account. So if you calculate 4%, you keep on average the $10,000, that would formulate to $400 within a year, but it's on a monthly basis. So you divide the 400 by 12. So if you're keeping a lower balance, and I think normally the cutoff is between $2,500 to $3,000, which one is more beneficial? There's the Kasasa Cashback. That pays you 4% on up to $250 of debit card point of sale transactions. So if we were to calculate the 4% on the $250, that would be $10 per month. So up to about 120 on an annual basis. So if you're keeping a lower balance, then the Kasasa Cashback would be more beneficial on the dividends that you would earn. On the Kasasa Cash, if you keep a higher balance, you would get more benefit from that. But I did want to point out something else regarding a Kasasa account. First, if you have a checking account, you can switch it to a Kasasa account. It's an internal change. Your routing, account number doesn't change. Nothing in your world and your transaction changes. It remains the same information that you have. Also, I wanted to point out that the reimbursement, $15. I'm sorry, my French was not my best. But so basically, if you are withdrawing money internationally at another bank's ATM, we will refund you up to $15 per month of the other bank's charges to withdraw money. So a couple things, the credit union does not charge to withdraw money anywhere in the world. That bank may charge you. We will refund you $15 per month. Our debit card does not have any foreign transaction fee to use anywhere in the world. So what I see a lot, and I thank you, Marilyn, for mentioning the availability of family members to become members. So I see a lot of members internationally of late. There's been a lot of uncertainty economically, politically, in different parts of the Americas and Caribbean. So a lot of family members have had interest. There's also been a lot of natural disasters that, have helped or forced members to become members here. Now, what they're doing is, let's say you're an employee, you have an immediate family member. For instance, let's say your parents open an account with us. Both can have money secured in US dollars. You can transfer within each other's here at the credit union, have no fee to transfer money. It's an immediate transfer. And they can access the money internationally anywhere in the world with the Kasasa without the reimbursement of the other bank's fees, without any charges. So that really minimizes, transferring money, the fees to transfer money, and that family tree can grow. It can grow to other family members. So a lot of people do expand the family relationships with the credit union. They have the comfort of the security of having their funds at one of the healthiest credit unions in the United States. They have their money in dollars, and they can access basically their funds anywhere in the world without any fees. So that is a great benefit that we do offer the employees and their family members. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. And I do want to answer one question while we are here. If you do not meet the requirements, even though we want you to, right, to get the 4%, there's no penalties. So you just go back to the regular share savings, regular rate without a penalty. And our share savings, this is a checking account, our share savings is 0.10%, and we'll add that to the chat. Marco, I do have a couple questions for you, so I invite you
Yes.
back on. If you have a credit card and you're a member of the country office, how do they pay the credit card after making an expense?
So you're gonna need to make a wire transfer to your checking account. So to schedule the automatic payment from your checking or savings account. That will be on monthly basis, or normally the minimum payment, which I recommend to set up at least the minimum payment on the credit card or the personal line of credit. And I recommend the two products together because you can use part of the funds of the line of credit to pay part of the balance on the credit card and play a little bit around if you forgot to send the wire immediately to have some money available at the credit union. If you get any reimbursement for traveling, if you get any reimbursements from insurance, I would recommend you to request that they send you that to the credit union, because I believe that they do allow to get those reimbursements at the credit union in US dollars. So I see that in some cases, but normally you will need to send a wire on monthly basis, or I recommend at least just think ahead and get at least just a quarterly balance transfer to your checking account at the credit union to have at least the minimum payments if you are going to be using the line of credit or the credit card.
Don't go too far, Marco. I have one more for you. So a person in the country office, can they get a personal loan or line of credit? They get paid in local currency just to expand.
Yes, as I mentioned before, we launch for any staff, any new staff in country offices. So if you have a contract with the bank, you will be able to qualify for up to 25% of your salary to use that with the personal loan and the line of credit. So if you qualify for $25,000, for example, you can use $15,000 on the personal line of credit and $10,000 on the personal loan. No, so that's the maximum cap. It will be 25% of your current salary for both products. Additional to that, you have the $5,000 on the credit card, which is outside of the 25% cap that we have right now for those two new products right now. So I will recommend, if you are thinking about that, still I will recommend to first get the credit card. And if you're thinking about the line of credit, that's a really neat product. It's a good product, good to have. So those options that you're gonna have with the credit union, and soon you're gonna have maybe some additional products for the following year. And if you want to invest on real estate in the US, also you have the capability to do that with the credit union. We saw a couple of people from Bolivia recently that actually they do bought a property in Florida. I was just giving you guys an example of $250,000, and that's what they bought in Florida. It was one country office employee plus the two brothers, and they bought that as an investment.
Those are great. And I love these questions. I do want to actually expand on one question, which was, will you get a copy of the presentation? Yes, you should see a follow-up email from me within the next day that has a copy of the presentation, so you can also take a look at it. Andre, this is a great one for you. I know you love this topic. What do they do? And we can expand on it if they have a payable on death POD form in place.
Yes, Marilyn, I do love this subject.
I know you love this topic.
Yes, because I feel it's extremely important that everyone has security with their assets with us, and naming payable on deaths is one of the top priorities. So there's different ways to ensure that your funds are going to your next of kin, or if you're in a relationship and you prefer, you can have joint ownership. If you have joint ownership, the other member in joint ownership, the funds would continue, the account would continue open with that ownership if someone were to pass away. Now, on payable on death, we ask that you submit your payable on death The funds would only go to the beneficiary, which is the payable on death person, if the owner were to pass away. You can select various different beneficiaries for different percentages of your account. The funds would be at that point distributed to each beneficiary. We ask for basic information such as their name, their birth date, their relationship to you, and the percentage of the account that they would get in case of anything were to happen. If you were the owner of the account were to pass away, the beneficiary would need to provide a valid government issued ID to the credit union, the death certificate of the account owner, and how they would like to distribute funds. We can send them a check. They can also open an account here with the credit union where we can transfer the funds to their account, and they can do at that point, if they need to wire the funds back to Haiti, they can do it that way or disperse in other manners, or they can keep their accounts open with us as well, since all family members are eligible to be members as well. But we do give the beneficiary the opportunity to open an account if something were to happen. But I think it's critical because anything can happen at any time. So I ask that everyone, if you have accounts, please take a look. You can complete the payable on death form online, just in case. So I have to be safe than have to deal with the processes of distributing funds through a probate process. So that just to let you know, if there's no beneficiaries, where we have to go to the Washington, D.C. probate process, which is a more extensive process and a lot more paperwork would need to be done to claim those funds.
Yeah, that's a great point, Andres. Unfortunately, someone who's lost my father the past couple of years, having the beneficiary, having your family members of the credit union makes the process so much easier, going through so much. So why not make this part of the process a lot easier for you and your family members? What other questions do you have? We are here for you. Please let us know. I don't see any more in the chat, but if anybody would like to raise their hand and ask one, I'd be more than happy to answer it.
There's one more question, Marilyn, in the chat.
If someone is no longer part of the bid, will they still have access to the same benefits? Yes, once a member, always a member. That's why it's so amazing to get your membership now. If you leave the IDB, if something happens, once you're a member here, you will always be one. Now, if you leave the IDB and then you try to come back, that's not possible. So make sure you open your account at this moment or as soon as possible. What else? Great question. I put Andre's email as well as mine in the chat. You're always welcome to email us, Marco, as well, from a lending perspective, or we can talk internally. It was really such a pleasure to see your amazing faces, but if there's no additional questions, we can log off, but know that we are always here for you.